What's going on? Welcome back to CBBC TV. Yeah, man, it's been a goddamn while. I think the last time I was in here, it was 3 months ago. This was because we had a lot of technical issues that affected us not to be in here. So this also made us not to come to work, because if you are coming to work, you must come and work. So we had nothing to come and do, but we decided that we were going to bring back the Straight Talk series. This is season number 3, baby. You can go back to our previous videos to check out what the content is about. The content doesn't change. We always keep it real as is. We try to make as much videos as possible. This is because we go according to what is being discussed across South Africa and the rest of the world, of course, because we are always supposed to think about the rest of the world before we can make a decision for ourselves as an African country. Now, today's video is mostly motivated by the BBC interview that I saw being conducted with 3 major political parties, or representatives of the major political parties in the country, which was also represented by Fikile Mbalula of the ANC. And then, of course, there was one which was done by the president and leader of the DA, Mr. John Steenhuisen. And then there's also another one done by the third largest party in the country, which is known as the EFF, and it was conducted by CIC, Julius Malema. Now, I'm going to try to, it's just that I don't have the videos. My plan was to bring in the videos as well, so that you can hear what I'm talking about. But I'm going to try and quote what they said, because obviously if you really like them, I believe that you should watch these things. I shouldn't watch them for you, so you should watch them and know what they say, so that you can have a say in what we are going to discuss. I watch them for me so that I can come and be able to do this video. You watch them so that you can be able to know and be able to make an informed decision coming up in the next election, because this is going to be our body of our topic, where we're going to talk about the 2024 elections that are coming up. I mean, now these political parties are meant to be the ones that are shaping and directing the people of South Africa to know what they need as the people and how they're going to be able to achieve this. And I believe by them conducting these interviews with BBC, they should have been able to try and convince the rest of us and the world that they actually know what they are talking about and what they are going to do to get South Africans out of debt. And because we have situations, we have a situation of low quality of education, we have a situation of load shedding, we have a huge situation of unemployment, we have a huge situation of drug use in the country. We also have a huge problem when it comes to the industry of arts as well. People are getting killed, things are going out of control, and all these things, they stem to the way that we are being led. And all these political parties, when they want to come and play, they must come and tell us, this is why you guys need us as a political party. Now, issue with South Africa is many countries you find that there's only 2 or 3 political parties that are contesting, but in South Africa you find that there's more than 40 political parties. This is a huge problem, because at the end of the day, that one speaks one line, which is very nice, and you would like to support him, but tomorrow he changes it by saying another line that contradicts what he was saying the other day. Then you end up not knowing if you should go along with this or go along with that other one. Then we have the majority party, which is the ruling party currently. Now, it has emancipated people from apartheid. Now, people believe that they owe it, but what do we really owe them for? Because the people who fought in the struggle was the same people that voted for the ANC. Not all of them were ANC people. Some of them got killed because they were suspected to be ANC people. So black men in South Africa, the suffering that we went through during these times from 1960 whatever up to 1994, if I would put it like that, then we must all know that we were together in that. It wasn't ANC or IFP or what. We were all together. It was a black man who was being subjected to that kind of treatment. And now, if we are to ever get what we want as the people here, we must also acknowledge the fact that history did happen. And we cannot sit here and say that a politician is going to come and change the way that we must think and change the way that we do things. We must know, why do we vote for a particular politician? If we are to go with these current political leaders that we have, we are in trouble. Because what I picked up from the BBC interview with Fikile Mbalula, who was representing the ANC, is that ANC doesn't want to take responsibility for any wrongs that are going on in the country. They don't believe that they are the ones who are corrupt. They don't believe that they should be responsible for the issues that the people of South Africa are going through. Then who do we hold accountable? Do we still point fingers at apartheid and say, no, it's the apartheid system, after 29 years to 30 years of them being in leadership? These are the things that we should be worried about as the people of South Africa. Are we going to trust these people again with our votes and say they are going to do better when they've had 30 years? I'm 37 years old, which means these guys have been in power since I was 7 years old. Now I'm old enough to complain. It's a problem. I'm a father too now. It's a problem. I've got a business that right now we are shooting this content. It's low shedding because of the ANC. Who do I blame? Why wasn't any one of the ANC saying, but guys, if we are going to connect every black person to the grid, isn't this going to pressurize the grid? Isn't this going to put pressure? Shouldn't we build more power stations before promising people free electricity? And who's going to build those power stations? Now, recently I was watching an interview of Thabo Mbeki, who is a former president of the ANC, saying that someone didn't want those power plants to be finished. So what's happening? These guys, they keep jumping around the issues. They don't want to discuss anything. This simply means that they are not going to solve our problems as the people of South Africa. So we cannot trust them. Then we say, okay, let's look for an alternative, right? An alternative is the white one, which is the former NP, National Party. Now it comes back and says, hey, I'm all about the people. Then he goes on an international interview and then he says that we did give Russia weapons. What do you mean? We don't even have weapons to give anyone. Then you come on TV and you say, no, we did. Which weapons did we give? Are you trying to cause us trouble? Is this what you are trying to do? Because people are sitting here scared that, hey, man, this issue of the weapons is going to cause us trouble. When you come and say, no, we did. With what proof? Just because Brigitte of the United States, who are known to spread lies about countries, and then you come and believe them. You even ride a wave on that. You make it an issue. Then you say that there is going to be an issue of violence and what in the country. You try to scare the world. You try to scare the world that we are not safe. Or you are not safe because you are not from here, right? You are the one that is going to be under attack from the black people, apparently. From you. This is what you're saying. Then you tell the international community this. What are they going to think of us? They won't like us. And then EFF comes on and it says, no, we will give Russia weapons. Which weapons? Because we are allies with the Russians. Yes, we are allies with the Russians, but Russia is another country that has its own issues that it has with its own lands. Why do we get involved? Why do we have to shout out and say, kill him, because we like them? Huh? We must just scream and say, no, kill that. Well, what are we supporting? First of all, we're saying America shouldn't get involved in that issue. Why are we getting involved? Why are we getting involved and getting ourselves tied up in this Russia issue when we have our own issues here back at home? We could be discussing things about back at home. If these political parties that were really interested in winning the elections, they would say, this is what we are going to do for our people should we get power. This is a platform that you get before elections to come and talk about what you're going to do for us. But no, you must come here and act and scream and act as if like you know what you're talking about when you don't know what the hell you're talking about. There is an issue of cholera there. People are dying in Hammanskraal. Nobody's discussing this issue. You want to talk about Russia? That is also terrorism. Somebody is terrorizing our community with dirty water. And now we hear that they've never had the water, clean water ever since. For 30 years since ANC took power. Now we hear that someone received 295 million rand to clean that water. Instead, he was dating slave queens. Who's going to pay for all this? Who's going to compensate those families who lost family members due to this? And not just the ones who died yesterday. The ones who've been dying for many years. Those people who disappeared at that mental health hospital as well. Nobody has taken responsibility. ANC doesn't want to take responsibility of anything. But they've been in charge for 30 years. So how do we solve this, South Africa? How do we solve this, South Africa? Do we solve it by entertaining these clowns? By listening to these clowns who don't even know what the hell they are talking about? 2024 is just around the corner. Then we will tusu take T-shirts. This is what we are about. This is what defines us as black people. T-shirts of a political party. We are not political people. We are people of South Africa and we love this country. And we want it to be better for everyone. But it cannot be at my expense. My children, their children, repo rates are increasing. Nobody's explaining what is this repo rate. People just see things increasing, things are getting expensive. Last year I was seeing people buying $120 worth of a roll-on in Zimbabwe. We are going there. And it seems like nobody cares. Because you know what? They've got money in couches. They are safe. They've got money in couches. They will never run out of money. They have so much money, they're even sitting on it. This is the reality of South Africa. And if we don't change our mindset, this is where we will head into a dark hole. These people cannot even explain to us why we don't have lights. Then you expect them to come and save you and your children. The only way that we are going to be able to survive is for black men to take economy. And it's not the way that you guys have been suggesting it, taking over tax shops and what. Develop your rural areas. Drill water for your people. Build supermarkets for your people so that they don't have to use taxis to go everywhere. Develop your rural areas so that they can be urbanized. Nobody's coming to do it for you. And there's nothing that we can do in urban areas already because it's developed. All you are doing there is paying rent, paying services and levies. Go back home. That's where I will leave it for today. Because at the end of the day, we got nothing but each other. I'm T-Dizzle the Boss. Remember, you can subscribe to this content, check me out, and hear what we have to talk about. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. It's all good, it's all great. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye, Jim.